So welcome to the Print Co's How It Works videos. This week we're talking about bleed. So what is bleed, how it works, why do we need bleed, how to set your file up for bleed, and then how to export your print ready PDF with bleed. So firstly, we need to understand what bleed is. And bleed is any object, color, or image that runs off the edge of your page. So we have a few items here that have bleed. First one is this blue box at the top, bleeds off the top and the two sides. The green box bleeds off the right side, and the image at the bottom bleeds off the left side and at the bottom. So if we switch across to the standard or normal mode, you can see all the objects actually go exactly to the edge of the page. Now this is an issue for commercial printers, as we don't print on an A4 exact sheet and print to the edge of the page. We actually print on a larger sheet size with sometimes multiple pages up on the same sheet, and then it's cut down to the final size at the end. So if there's any variation in the printing where the sheet's slightly moved through the machine and then again in the cutting process, there is a possibility that you will see this kind of effect where a little white line appears because there wasn't enough margin to allow for the movement of the sheets. So to get around this issue and to solve the problem, we add bleed, which is adding extra margin to the images or objects past the page edge. So if we do this with all of our boxes and we do it at least 3mm or more, and if you're not sure where the 3mm is, you can always go to File, Document Setup, and if you don't see it, you can click on More Options here, and down the bottom there's a bleed section. So we'll select 3mm on all four sides, and we'll go OK. And now we see a red line around the edge. So this is 3mm off the side of the page of a bleed margin. So we need to make sure that all of our boxes go to that red line or further. Doesn't matter if it's a lot further, as long as it goes to there or beyond. So we need to do this with this image as well. And this one, we have to select the inside box, drag it out. So now those three objects are bleeding fine. So if we go back to our preview, nothing looks much different from before, but it's actually going to make it print much nicer. Another type of bleed is what we call internal bleed, or sometimes called the safe zone. It's where text objects mainly, or any objects you don't want to bleed or be cut off, you need to give it a bit of a safe zone inside the page. So this one, it's so close to the edge that if we have slight movement, part of the question mark could be cut off, or part of the W, and it just doesn't look very professional having it that close to the edge. So we want to bring that in about 3 to 4mm on each side. That way it looks much nicer and there's no chance of it getting cut off. Same goes for smaller text. Smaller text, you've got more danger of getting a whole letter cut off if there's slight movement. So instead of saying what is bleed, it would say hat is bleed if it gets cut off the whole W. So to avoid that, we'll bring it in a little bit further, 5 to 10mm, so we won't have anything getting cut off, and actually looks much more professional and cleaner print job in the end. So now that we've got all that set up, now we have to export this PDF. So we do that by going to File, Export. We select PDF from the Format section. And if you've been onto our website and downloaded the PDF export profile, and then you've imported it into Acrobat, you will find it in your preset list. You select it and it will automatically set all your options already. If not, you can always go to theprintco.com.au and you can go to the How It Works section, and in the Print Me area you can download the preset, install it. It has all the instructions of exactly how to install it. Also step-by-step instructions of how to set it up if you don't want to install this or download it. So what we're looking at mainly here today is the marks and bleed section. Inside here we need to make sure that the crop marks box is ticked on, and in the bleed section that all four sides are 3mm. Once they're all done, we can click Export. We'll go and find our PDF now. We open in Acrobat, and we have our print ready file. So we have trim marks, or sometimes called crop marks. So that's where the job will actually be cut, and then you can see we have bleed that extends past there. So it's easy to see there, we've got bleed, and down the bottom here on the image. This green box is a little bit harder to tell if it actually bleeds or not. So a good way to check that, and also just to verify your file in general after you've made the PDF. On a PC, you'll click Control and R, and on a Mac it'll be Apple and R, and that'll bring up your ruler margins on the sides. So you can click inside the area and drag down a line to those lines. We'll do it on all 4 sides as close as you can to it. Can be a little bit off, doesn't matter. But then you can just do a quick verification, and you can see that everything bleeds. So these lines are where it's going to cut and be your final size. So we can see now we're sure the green bleeds off. We can also verify that the text has enough margin, nothing's going to be cut off, and it looks good. So if you're happy with that, you can now send your file to the printer as a print ready PDF. If you need any more information on bleed or how it works, or some more tips, you can go to our website, theprintco.com.au. Go to the how it works section. There's heaps of information on everything you need to know to make a print ready PDF. Or if you want to speak to me, you can email me at print@theprintco.com.au, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.